14 huge EastEnders spoilers for next week from 22 to the 25th of January 2024. 1. Gina leaves her family horrified. Dean has decided that the time is right for the rest of the square to find out about his relationship with Gina, but Gina remains unsure, worried about how her family will react. After some advice from an oblivious Ian, Dean decides to throw caution to the wind anyway and prove how committed to Gina he is by making a declaration of love in the Vic in front of her whole family. And it would be fair to say they do not take the news well. 2. Anna defends Bobby from Cindy. Now a couple, Anna and Bobby are hoping to enjoy the honeymoon phase of their relationship, but there is one person who is not keen, Cindy. And Cindy being Cindy, she can't help but make her feelings known to Anna. But Anna immediately puts her mother back in her place by saying how nice a person Bobby is, so Cindy has no choice but to accept it. For now at least. 3. Nish has his sights set on Kat. While Phil hopes that he will be able to win Kat back with time, he has no idea that another Walford resident has his eyes on her, Nish Panasar. Not only does Nish offer her a rent-free place to live, but he goes on to ask her out on a date. Kat does turn him down, telling him it's too soon after Phil, but it won't be long until she has a change of heart. 4. Martin heads to America. Michelle Fowler is due to have an operation, and with Sharon already over there with her, Martin decides he should fly out to support his sister. But will he return alone? With Sharon hiding out with Albie following Phil's discovery of being his dad, and the secrecy of Keanu's death, she may well decide to keep her distance for as long as possible. 5. Kim is alarmed by Howie's job offer. Howie gets a fantastic offer next week when he has the chance to work for 3 months on a cruise. Only Kim's fears that he may be attracted to someone else while away are not alleviated by meeting his boss. Hoping that seeing who he will be working with would calm Kim, he invites her to a cruise photoshoot. Unfortunately, it ends up having the opposite effect when Kim realizes his new boss is essentially her doppelganger. However, the pair hit it off and soon Kim ends up with a job offer of her own. 6. Gina faces her family. With the truth out about her relationship with Dean, Gina has to deal with her family who make their feelings on her latest decision abundantly clear, as does Gina to Dean about his choice of gesture location. Agreeing to try and put it behind them, she agrees to a date, but it does not take long before Gina finds herself beginning to doubt her judgment when it comes to Dean. Meanwhile, a furious Cindy begins concocting a plan to deal with this new relationship. 7. Kat and Nish head out on a date. Despite her initial reservations, Kat relents and agrees to a date with Nish at Walford East, even though Stacy makes it her mission to try and keep her as far away from him as possible. The date is soon interrupted by Phil, who very clearly has a case of the green-eyed monster, and he can't help but belittle Kat in front of Nish. But all he manages to do is to cause Kat and Nish to leave together. Will Kat realize who she is dealing with before growing even closer to him? 8. Penny gets a job. With both Penny and Lauren on the hunt for work, it is Penny who comes up trumps when Whitney has to take a trip away from the square to help the soon-to-return Bianca through her latest breakup. Unsure of what to do with the stall, Zach comes up with the idea of offering Penny the chance to look after it while Whit is away. Penny happily accepts, but will Lauren be able to find anything? 9. Gina learns the truth about Dean. As expected, Dean's nasty side was only going to stay hidden for so long, and sure enough, Gina realizes next week that everything people had been saying about him was true all along. While initially united at dinner over their shock at Cindy's proposition, things soon take a dark turn when Dean's true colors are suddenly on full display. Is Gina about to live to regret not heeding the warnings of her family? 10. Suki and Nish prepare for war. With divorce proceedings underway between Suki and Nish, it was always unlikely that things would be resolved amicably. Sure enough, Nish remains true to form by employing some dirty tactics as talks get underway. After suggesting a mediator between them while they work through everything, Suki is led to believe that it will be Vinny. But it turns out that Nish has brought the Gianni from their temple, a move that deeply humiliates Suki. And things are set to get even worse between them as the week goes on. 11. Kim has concerns about leaving. Kim begins to fear that she may have to turn the cruise job down. First of all, she has Denise to worry about as her erratic behavior continues to cause concern. And then there is Denzel, who begins getting into trouble at school, with Yolande believing it is due to her and Howie's impending departure. Denzel assures Kim he is okay with them taking the job, but is he telling the truth? 12. Jade returns to Walford. It may be a dramatic week for Dean next week, but he soon finds reason to be cheerful when his daughter Jade makes a surprise return to Walford, and it could not have come at a better time for him. When Jade has a small accident on the market, Dean is quick to note the sympathy that she gets from those on the scene. It soon dawns on him that if he wants acceptance from the locals, his daughter may be the perfect way to get it. 13. Denise tries to reassure Kim. Denise is clearly struggling but does her best to reassure Kim that she is coping, and that her troubles are all about her marital problems with Jack. Kim thinks there is more to it, and Denise's reaction to the conversation moving on to Christmas only elevates those fears. Thinking it may be PTSD related after witnessing Nisha's attack, Kim is unsure if she can leave Walford, even with Denise's reassurance. 14. The Six face their latest threat. The Six may be one member down thanks to Sharon, but their problems show no signs of easing as Nish takes notice when he spots Suki and Linda having a secret chat regarding the cafe. And it does not take him long to work out that his wife is hiding something. Knowing he has leverage, Nish demands ownership of every business from Suki if she wants to buy his silence. After talking to the other ladies about what to do, it becomes clear that she has no choice but to comply. But will that be enough for Nish?
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của OK Spoiler. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn video tiếp theo.